Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Backcast, where I, Adam Upper, talk with Bragon Ketty to talk about Batman, the animated series. And this week's episode is Torch Song. How you doing today, sir?
Yes, the fire rises.
Yeah, with the weird team up from last week, I'm surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past me for like Bane to randomly show up in this randomly in this episode or something. Yeah, just throw us off.
Bane, Catwoman, Clock King, the world is your oyster.
Well, he's already kind of teamed up with Catwoman in Batman Rises, so that'd be less of a weird team up
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point. But as I said, this episode is Torch Song. It is the 10th episode produced, but the 12th episode to air, having it air June 13th at 1998. Remember what you're doing June 13th, 1998?
I believe I was getting ready for the comic relief benefit comedy show at Radio City Musical Hall.
And who else was there?
Chris Rock, Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, all the guys. It was like
Uh,
4 hours long, apparently.
yeah, yeah, with that lineup, I'd go. Yeah,
Yep.
well, actually, I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen any Billy Crystal like stand up. So I imagine it'd be good, but I actually haven't seen that because I'm really more familiar with his movie work with like obviously like Princess Bride and to like always think of City Slickers. Yeah, with Billy Crystal, like, which I haven't revisited in a long time. So I wonder if those movies actually hold up. And then though, so too, I always when people are saying like directions and stuff, I always think of the one part where they were like, south is down. He's like, so south is down. That means I'm directly south of an idiot with Daniel Stern.
That's good.
And this episode was written by Rich Fogel and directed by Kurt Gidda. So, and you were watching this episode, like in the initial run when you were watching this?
I don't know if I saw this one. I did see like kind of clips here and there of like Firefly. So when I was looking into the notes for this, they tried to have Firefly in the original rendition of BTOS, and Fox said, "No, you're not introducing a pyromaniac onto a kids cartoon." And they said, "Okay, fine, we learned our lesson." And then they moved to Kids WB, and they said, "Sure, you can introduce a pyromaniac to a kids cartoon."
Yeah, you can introduce like throwing people into vats of acid and like and like beating them up and stuff. But yeah, fire is a no go.
Yeah. The only I think more things that I remember from Firefly though are the Arkham games and like the boss levels, and also just like Brendan Fraser getting completely robbed by the
Yeah.
studio for getting cut out of Batgirl.
I know. I was wishing that like that movie would fucking came out and like and just recently like the director of The Flash was saying that his movie got fucking got the shaft because of the audience and stuff. I'm like, yeah, because they were wanting to see fucking Batwoman and not your fucking movie. So like and it was Batwoman like Batgirl. Sorry, it was Batgirl, right? Not Batwoman. I keep on
Batgirl,
saying
yeah.
yeah, Batgirl like got fucking the shit canned instead of your movie. Well, while everyone knows it should be fucking yours, so yeah, I think the audience would be it would be a bit more receptive to your movie if Batgirl wasn't well maybe marginally, but not enough to say it was a good movie. But I know I probably would have been more apt to see it if Batgirl was still coming out.
Mhm.
I think for me at least.
They're gonna do like a whole spin on him too. Like they're gonna make him like an army vet who had his like health benefits cut. So it was gonna be like a whole thing. Like, it was kind of like a prototype Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, if I would have been down for that, good if I can get Brendan Fraser back on the radar and stuff. Then you could have gotten like another mummy movie, maybe.
Yeah. They might actually be still in the works for that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode starts out with Bruce going on a date with this girl Shannon to see this singer Cassidy. And who is Cassidy? Well, Shannon is going to help us with the exposition here. She's like, she's only the hottest singer ever, Breath. What cave have you been living in? Get it?
I think I know which cave, yeah, and it just made me think of the gem and the holograms momentarily
Oh,
from from that cartoon way back, yeah.
I'm sorry. Just let me put this pen through my eyeball and my eardrum. Yeah, as he's going into the line and just kind of being like towed by this woman, he bumps into Barbara, who is like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "What are you doing here?"
So, hey, yeah, so how'd you get dragged out of your cave? And like, I know which cave.
Shut up about the cave. Yeah, and he's like Shannon's taking me to see Cassidy. He's like, "Oh, that okay, yeah, I got the cheap seats." So, and I'm like, yeah, we were actually just talking right before Mike about how the Jays are going to the World Series, and yeah, like they're already like trying to price gouge Toronto residents for seats.
Yeah, I was like 11,000 people ahead of the queue, and just by the time I got there, the resale and like fifth deck were like 2,200. Yeah, so imagine freaking even with like regular prices, like tickets, like prices are getting insane. Yeah, because that's why I didn't go to many concerts this year because they're getting like to like hundreds of dollars and way too much. But that's why I did go see Del the fucking Homo sapien like last month because those tickets I think were only like $50 each. And then when I had to go see Weird Al, yeah, I just got
You got to see Weird Al?
he was playing at the Multi Amphitheater that this past summer, and I got
Nice.
got the lawn tickets, and they were like $50 each. So like me and my one friend from high school went to go see him, yeah, because he's a big Weird Al guy too. So
That's dope.
so yeah, and actually, and oddly enough, yeah, it was the second time like me and him went to go see him a couple years ago, and he was at the Danforth Music Hall. So like, so we got like able to sit down and got a bit closer. Yeah, so anyway, and happy we got to hear him play "Dare to Be Stupid" from the Transformers the animated movie soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so that was definitely happy that he played that song.
I don't know. So yeah, as they're going into the concert, backstage there's Cassidy, and she's like, she's modeled after like Britney Spears apparently, because like originally they were gonna have her be like a like genuinely good singer, and who was the guy? Rich Vogel. He had like said
Wait,
after I
wait.
had heard like one Britney Spears song, I decided no, she's a terrible singer.
Yeah, I guess my timeline is up. I did. Was she out? Was she out in 1998?
She was just kind of making her way out of the Mickey Mouse Club, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She was in the Mickey Mouse. Right, I forgot. Yeah, Christina and like GT were all like in the same like group or whatever, right? And I think with like and, like Ryan, I think like Ryan Gosling was in that group too, or like started off there too.
Either that or he was like on Breaker High, which still amazes me. Like
I'm
there's
not
at least
familiar,
like
but
two or three people on Breaker High that you never saw Breaker High?
I don't know what that is.
It was these teenagers who went to a private school on a cruise ship.
What?
It's exactly how it sounds. Like they just cruised around the Bahamas and went to school on it, and like the place looked like something out of like a Saved by the Bell or what do you call it? Like Radioactive.
Oh yeah, because I think they like I think in one of the later seasons, yeah, they went to like Hawaii or like there was like Saved by the Bell Hawaii season or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was or some shit or like or whatever the fucking beach setting was. Yeah, I think it was Hawaii or California. I want to say California, but I think it was Hawaii. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, every time I see Ryan Gosling, I'm like, I remember your roots. Remember your roots. Not the dyed roots.
And ramen noodle here.
Yep. So, yeah, as she's getting ready behind the stage, she gets approached by Garfield Lins. So, Garfield Lins, who will eventually become Firefly, is voiced by Mark Rolston. And you guys might recognize him as the voice of Lex Luthor on the Young Justice series, or as Boggs in Shawshank Redemption, or even more recently, Norman Osborn in the Insomniac Spider-Man games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's had a lot of really good like villain roles.
Wait, who's Boggs in Shawshank?
How do I put this delicately? Do you remember who the sisters were?
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
How touching to the surface are we gonna get here?
Yeah, I think it was at the review like last year, Shawshank. So I went and saw it there. So that was
Yep.
yeah, like I definitely like that theater.
So, yeah, Garfield is kind of like mean-spirited with Cassidy. It's implied that they had a relationship, and there's a lot of fire metaphors here that they are like very subtle with. When he's like, "You burned me. You're nothing but like a hot, spicy tramp." Or he actually calls her a tramp.
Yeah, yeah. I was a little surprised. Yeah, yeah, being like a kids cartoon. Yeah, they let that fly.
Yeah. He's like all I have now is my job and like, that's it. And like he like starts to like grab her by the wrist and she sucker punch it. He's like twice her size.
Yeah, yeah, no, and like, and the way he was acting, I was like, how the fuck is he still like working there? And then within this interaction, she was like, basically like, just because we were just about to start the show, like, yeah, this is your last one, you're fired after this, and told like the manager, like, cut him a check, he's done after this.
Yeah.
And given his even though the show was like just about to start, given like what he did with the show, I'm not sure if I would have trusted him doing that
Yeah.
show. I think I would have went without the fire for that show.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe just a word of advisement.
yeah, not to victim blame, but yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, Garfield is like her pyrotechnics like specialist, and as she's like going on the stage, she's on this like kind of wedding cake shaped tier stage, and like she's singing like the chicks are hot, or how I forget what that lyrics were. Some generic teeny bopper crap. And he's like back in the control room, and he's like turning up the dials to like shoot up the flames from the stuff. So one thing we should make mention of here is the animation on like the heat is really good.
yeah.
It shows
I
like
know
this
it.
ripple effect that's really good.
Yeah, no, every time I see that sort of thing, it makes me, I think of like the earlier episodes of Fresh Prince where Will was getting Hillary to read him like comic books and stuff. And it was like a Spider-Man comic, and he was like, I guess he had like, they had like the spider sense going and stuff. So he had like showing it by having like wavy, like
Oh yeah.
stuff over and stuff. And she was like, I don't, trying to explain it and stuff. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck this means or whatever. And he was just trying to explain like what spider sense was and stuff. It was pretty funny.
Tell you what, maybe your new Aunt Viv will explain it better.
Yeah, I was in and around that stuff, so they're definitely in the first like season or two. Yeah, so might have been the OG. Yeah, and then she was supposed to be at the Hamilton Comic Con that went, but it ended up just being Jeffrey and Hillary, because like Ashley and the I think the OG and Viv were supposed to be there too, but those two, the last two, end up canceling.
I demand Carlton.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's maybe like a hair too famous for the Hamilton Comic Con. I think, yeah.
Tisk tisk. Flying too high, Icarus.
It's not unusual to be not invited to the show. No, 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 no. And it was funny, like because I went there to get my two posters signed here and stuff. So like I got those two like right away, and then I end up going out like outside of the con where like the one hallway where I had a few things. So when I went out there, and just like as soon as I stepped out, looked to my right, and I find like Hillary was like 15 feet away from me, like coming my direction, and I was like, oh, that was, even though I knew you were here, that was definitely nothing not something I wasn't expecting to like basically walk into. Yeah, so I just stepped off to the side, and then she walked by, and then like Jeffrey was like right behind her.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so Garfield is like operating the fire of the pyrotechnics and just increasing the flames more and more. And like Cassidy and the band like are starting to freak out. Shannon is a little slow on the uptake. She's just like, "Oh, it's so hot, lady. You are like 6 feet away from a funeral pyre."
Yeah, yeah, and this made me think of the White Snake incident in that
Oh,
one
what's the
club.
white snake incident?
Oh, it was I think it was like some club in like Long Island or like New York and that sort of thing and stuff. And it was like in a small club, and they had like huge like pyrotechnics and stuff, and it was like bigger than for like what should have like it was in the space, and so I ended up catching like the soundproofing on fire, and a couple like the fire doors were like weren't working and stuff, and
Oh no.
killed like 100 plus people, and just and it was like right at the beginning of the show where that place got up, and like there was like one door at the back, and like the bouncers
Holy
and stuff
crap.
were like not letting people do it because they're like, oh, it's only for the band. We're like, fuck you, this entire place is fucking on fire,
Oh my gosh.
and yeah, and killed like one of the one of the guitarists in the band, and like I think 100 plus people like were I think died or at least were injured and stuff, and it was it was not a good thing.
So what they pulled a George Costanza. It's like I was leading the pack. You
But yeah,
trampled over an old woman and children. That's wild. Oh, I didn't hear
yeah,
that.
yeah, it was not good. Yeah, I think it was yeah, I think it was like 2003-ish era. I think 2005 era. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
February 20th, 2003. Occurred at the Station Fire at nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island, killing
Okay.
100 people and injuring 230. Yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah, it was not.
White Snake sucks.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because
Damn.
the venue, the venue was like way too small for like the size of the pyrotechnics and stuff. And yeah, and I've only been to like one show that had like any sort of pyrotechnics. I like went to go see Aerosmith like probably like 20 years ago now, and Motley Crue like was like the first show and stuff. And it was at the ACC. I was down on the floor, and like I think it was like the 18th or 19th row back on the chairs, and they had like the one of the songs like the big like fire things going off, and like about a half a second later you just feel like a like a rush of like hot air on your face, which I like the first time. Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting it. So like for that song and like a couple other ones, yeah, like, after that. But yeah, just
Dang.
but like a half a second, you just hear like a rush of like hot air on your face after and stuff. That definitely wasn't like obviously it's fire, and I know fire is hot and stuff, but it wasn't necessarily expecting that.
That's wild.
Yeah,
The craziest like pyrotechnic thing that I ever saw was like when I went to All Your Friends Fest and saw the I saw Fall Out Boy and they did oh what was it? My songs know what you did in the dark, and like they were doing like all these like fire like things at like the side parts of the stage.
yeah.
And then they like then they somehow managed to make a fire thing like they somehow managed to make a pentagram out of like fire jets. I'm like
Oh, nice.
I don't know how you come up with that. Like
Or yeah, I pull a James Hetfield where I think he like ended up like standing like right next to one of the things, and then friggin' like caught his like arm on fire and stuff, and like melted some of the skin off and stuff.
why do we do this? Why must we like look at Prometheus. Look what happened to him. Like I mean he wasn't set on fire, but it didn't end well either.
No, he just fell into the fire.
I kind of wish that compared to what he actually happened to him. But yeah, so Garfield is like getting back at Cassidy, and he's like slowly, like increasing the flames. The the manager, I love the manager, like coming up to him and just saying, "Are you crazy?" And he smacks the manager away and goes, "Maybe."
I work in the arts, of course I'm crazy. No.
Have to be crazy to do this job. I haven't seen my family in 8 months. Yeah, roadies when they snap. So yeah, Bruce is. I think Bruce was like about to do something, and then all of a sudden, that's when Batgirl shows up and like swings on a cable, and like grabs Cassidy at the last second, and as she's like is picking her up, she says, "I'm a big fan," and like brings her to safety, and Bruce just says more. He says kind of to her, but like more to himself. Good girl, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
ugh.
no, it 100% was to himself because she was like
Yeah.
already landing and stuff. Yeah, so like I know, like I understand the sentiment, but yeah, like that's definitely a term that's kind of been slightly sullied if you've been on the internet at all in the last ever.
This is the breadcrumb trail that Bruce Timm led to the Killing Joke, and I am not cool
Yeah,
with it.
I think yeah, one of those things where it's like because we're dirty minded, so we're looking too much into it than him being
I
creepy.
don't think we are like
No,
they already
you are.
established in DCAU they do date.
Yeah, but like in this instance, yeah, I think this is the more innocent show, so I think we're both.
Adam, do you
Right,
not know the next episode that's coming up? They're like, no, we put in every innuendo we could.
I still say we're both slightly looking into this too much, rightfully so, or otherwise.
I'm just saying, Bruce Timm drew pinup girls. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, after that, I think Garfield like escaped, and there was like a message thing of like, oh, they broke into his apartment, the police, because they're like going to arrest him, and Bullock's there with the cops, and he's like, holy
Yeah,
crap, he's got a shrine.
he was, yeah, because he wasn't being like not obvious about it being not him.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, oh, like I don't know what happened to it. Like the fire just got out of control instead of me just being crazy and trying to obviously catch her on fire.
I don't know. What do you think, pissed off looking pyrotechnics expert? Yeah, did you catch Harvey's exchange with the police officer there?
I forgot what it is now.
He's like, this guy's nuts. Hey, Vincenzo, get some pictures. I'm going to go check the fridge. He's like, yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
there's lots of evidence in there. Shut up.
shut up.
Yeah, so then Cassidy, she gets this letter afterwards, and like her manager's basically saying like, "Oh, everything's fine. We can continue the tour. Don't worry about it. There's this piece of mail that came for you, and I forget what it said, but it was like something fire related, and then all of a sudden it like bursts into flames. And she's like, "Oh," and it's like, "Oh, it's okay." But yeah, no, we can continue working. It's like, don't think anything of that. This manager sucks so bad, man. Like even by the end, just wait. Like,
Well, yeah, as you said, he's got to get that 15% somehow, right?
yeah.
So I think that's pretty much on par for managers, which to say they all suck.
Well, I have learned recently that the one of the ways that organized crime makes money is through recording studios. So take from that what you will. So as that's happening, we have Garfield back at his apartment building that he's like got like a makeshift shop, and he's like welding together a suit, and he's saying like I'll get back at you, I'll get back at you, I'll show them all, you know, like a leprechaun told me to burn everything, like, and so then we cut to it's like the rock and roll. I forget what the name of it is. So it's essentially the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, and they're showing like I love the reference that they did to like Wolfman Jack, like the I'm Howlin' Jake or whatever his name was. I'm like, wow, subtle. Like, and
Well, it was either that or it's going to be a Casey Kasem like ripoff. So,
yeah,
so I guess whoever the writer is, what kind of radio they like, I think.
true enough. And so she's like doing a little number there with like a bunch of other like rock stars, and all of a sudden they get attacked by Firefly. Okay, so what did you think of the Firefly suit?
Yeah, but aside from I think whatever, which Arkham game did he show? Like, did he show up in multiples, or it was only the one?
He showed up in Origins and Arkham Knight.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's other than those two things. Yeah, I guess this is my first, like, I guess, cartoon iteration of them, and it was okay. Uh, and what'd you think of it?
I liked it. I thought like it's got like a sleek look to it. It doesn't look like too like fancy. Like there's been a couple of different incarnations where they put more color on it, and I'm like, it's all right in a like kind of golden agey way, but like this looks more like practical. My only complaint is because they've had incarnations where he's got like a jetpack. Here, how is he flying? He's just hovering.
Well, yeah, I guess it was still like the jetpack, but like this one had like wings on it too. But so I
But they
guess it
didn't
was.
show like a jet propulsion. That's the thing. It's like he's just
Well, I guess it was. They had like the thing at the back, so I guess it was. They were doing like kind of like that one jet that can hover sort of thing. So, yeah, but it's a cartoon, so what? But I like the fact that it
I
actually had
demand
like.
science.
Yeah, I like the fact that, but going with that, I did like the fact that like they had wings on it, like the jetpack, because I was thinking, uh, oh fuck, the Rocketeer and stuff, and like yeah, if it was just like
It does look like the Rocketeer.
if it was just like a jetpacky thing, like I don't think that it was like less aerodynamic to fly, I guess. So,
Right.
but if you have like the wings like out, I guess that yeah, even if it's a cartoon, you can stretch the imagination a little bit and like think it that way. But
Yeah,
I
it
think
does have that vibe.
yeah, but I think I definitely had like I definitely think that would have like flew better than than just like the that sort of thing without the wings on it.
Yeah, so he starts like setting the place like on fire. You were gonna
Yeah,
say something?
yeah, no, I just like it'd be meaning to rewatch that movie because it's been a while. So I think I may need to catch it because
It's pretty good.
yeah, because I has Jennifer Connelly. I think the bad guy is Timothy Dalton. I want to say. I think
Timothy Dalton as a Nazi.
yeah, yeah. So I guess it would be suiting to watch for the time we're in currently. So
Yeah. And
just
when
like
he gets shown, he's like goes crazy.
yeah, just because remember, folks, it's always good to punch a Nazi.
Always. Especially these days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Batman shows up and oh yeah, there was this bit there where Batgirl and Batman are patrolling like out in the city, and okay, so like this is something if you guys don't know, like with emergency responders, like you never say this is it seems like a quiet night because that's all of a sudden when all of a sudden the shit hits the fan, and that's when you get blamed for opening your mouth. Because that's what Batgirl says, and all of a sudden, like they realize the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is on fire, so they rush down there to fight off Firefly.
And then too, like, when was it that Barbara had the Pinky and the Brain reference? So was it like in around here?
Not quite yet, but well, you might as well address it now because it's not like it's like taken from the story.
Just because they like, hey, well, like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, same thing we do every night, Pinky. So so I just like that
And
because it
Bruce is
was
like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I like the fact that he had no idea what the fuck that means because obviously like he's too busy like either being Batman or pretending to be Bruce Wayne. So I don't think that definitely doesn't strike me as the other that as a pop culture noir or a watcher of cartoons.
All right. So yeah, they fend off against Firefly, and they're like actually like crazy overwhelmed by him because like reminder guys, this guy knows how to like set things on fire, and like they go up very fast. Like he specializes in like basically arson. So and they managed to kind of knock him away at the last second, and later on at Cassie's apartment, she's getting assured by her managers like we're like he's about to leave her alone for the night. She's like, I don't feel safe alone, and he's like, oh, don't worry. We got guards in the lobby. We got guards like in down the hall. We had guards at your door. Nobody could break in. You'd have to be Houdini to get inside. It's like, or have a jetpack. But of course, it's not him that breaks in. It's Batman
Yeah,
after he
yeah, yeah,
closes the
yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah. I see they do that, and then yeah, she like moves and then she moves again. And it's like in the hallway and the mirror is like, oh, Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, Cassidy. Okay, so like this is that thing of like I don't know if it's like the showgirl biz in her, like she's just naturally like a flirt, but like she gets like very kind of like touch and go with Batman, like kind of mixed signals because he's saying like why is Firefly after you? And she says like well like Garfield was like she realized it was Garfield. It didn't take much of a figure out like, oh yeah, I pissed off the guy with fire. So she said,
The manager knew it was right away. So like the manager was, if she
oh,
didn't know,
the
like
manager, yeah, yeah.
the manager. So if she didn't figure it out, like the manager was at it. Yeah, it wasn't like a hey, who set the fire?
Well, also like when he approached her in the club, like that's when she said like, "Remember me?" And he's like, Garfield.
Well, it said I think that was because like it was through the smoke and didn't see she didn't see who it was like right away.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was more the case. Yeah, because I think like when he like put the hand out, it was just he just saw that hand and we knew it was the Firefly costume, whatever. But
Yeah.
then when he said something is when she figured out who it was. Yeah.
So yeah, she says like we used to date, and then like he was like kind of getting too intense, and I was trying
Yeah,
to do my job.
Well, yeah, it was just like I went out for dinner a couple of times and went to a concert, so it wasn't like they were like dating for like months or anything. I think
No, not like long
it's,
term.
yeah, yeah. So this went out for so even it's even worse. Yeah, they just went out like a handful of times. So yeah, so he's even worse fucking cook.
He kind of pulled an Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3. Like,
Yeah, you looked at me, so that means you like me.
so yeah, she even says to Batman, like she gets very touchy-feely with him, like maybe you could be my personal bodyguard, and that's when he pulls a Batman and runs away, and she just goes creep. It's like you were touching his abs,
I think he says at one point he's like I don't work for anybody or something too. I think
something
at
like
one
that.
point.
Yeah, so Batman touches base with Batgirl and says like, okay, so we know who it is, and now we're gonna go to his hideout to try and investigate. So Batman and Batgirl go looking in his workshop for like clues, and I think Batman saw something about like uh what was the name of the company? It was like Mephisto, like
Yeah, no, yeah, like I saw like the pack of matches and flipped it
yeah, that was
over and
it.
it's Mephisto. And then I had a good laugh. He was like, "Yeah, Mephisto already showed up, but it was in the wrong universe."
Yeah.
And then I think after he does that, is like Batgirl does like a really bad like investigation thing and like
Yeah, what's this do?
yeah, flips like the manual like hand switch or whatever, and then just he's doing that. Batman's like does the obvious like, hey, don't fucking do that, and friggin' like sets off like bombs like on the ground floor of the building that they're in, and
Yeah, he's got this place rigged to go up.
and they like barely make it out.
Yeah, it turned into like the towering inferno. It was actually like a really cool like sequence. It wasn't too long, but it was just long enough to be like, oh my gosh, like they're like in serious danger. And so back at the recording studio, Cassidy is like talking. She's in the booth and she's trying
They're,
to get
they're
like
they're like recording a track or whatever and stuff, and then as that's going on, like that outside, they're like, "Hey, do you smell? Yeah, do you smell the smoke or whatever?" And then it looks like the place is on fire, and then I think this is the point where like they go.
they just left her in the booth.
Yeah, like because obviously like a musical booth, yeah, it obviously has its own door and stuff. They can't. It's like for the acoustics and stuff. Yeah, so they all take off, and then she's like trying to find her fire, and that's where she sees Firefly, and then doesn't figure out who it is right away until it's too late. Takes her up there, and then I think when they get outside, they see that it's just like a couple of smoke bombs, like
Yeah.
feed into the ventilation. thing, which reminded me of like at the old station where I worked at, like when I came in one for a night shift, or no, I came in for like a morning shift or something like that, and I could like the night shift, so somebody went for a smoke, and had disturbed one of the skunks that are out there, and like it
Oh
sprayed,
no.
and it sprayed it when it was like right by the air intake for the building.
Oh, that sucks.
So you came in and the friggin' place, like just the entire place smelled like fucking skunk.
Oh
It
man.
was so bad.
Yeah. It's to the point now where like there's so many like skunks in our area, like just like and like with my shift work, I'm either like dodging them when I'm like coming home from a night shift or dodging them when I'm leaving for a morning shift. I'm like, just go away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're like yeah, walking up to the bus, but like up to that was on Highway 7 from there, and like over 1 year, yeah, I saw this one group of like two or three skunks like grow up, yeah, because they would come out from like the one side road and go up to like where the bus was, like it was on a field, and yeah, and then like they come out in the morning, be coming out in the morning just as I was getting off work and stuff. Yeah, so I was like, hey, yeah, you skunks better not get too comfortable with me, or else I don't want to get sprayed by your mom.
Pepe Le Pew's got a crush on you.
Yeah, yeah, and then too like and like coming out part of like that path where I used to go up to the bus. Yeah, like 2 years in a row, like that there was like an island with a tree like in like one of the parking lots, and like it was like a little industrial area, and like 2 years in a row, like a two Canada goose like that made a
Oh,
nest
that's
there.
even worse than a
Yeah.
skunk.
So like so like just because going through there was like faster than walking around and stuff. So like I remember there's one morning, like the second year, I was like looking down on my phone, and I just happened to see like something in my upper peripheral, and I look up and like a Canada goose, which is like feet away from me, just like fucking stretch out and stuff. So I was just like had my backpack, and I was just doing the bro, fucking trying to get it away from me. And like I'm glad it was like on the weekend, because if people were like trying to park there in the morning getting to work, or just see me just fucking like flaying with my backpack, and I'm like big, like 6'3", so it would have been fucking hilarious to see me just play like that.
But
And
you're
then
in
like
Toronto, so that's not
yeah,
exactly an
yeah,
unusual sight.
but it would be funny nonetheless. And like a couple minutes later, one of the other guys from work had that was going for the bus too came up the same way, and then so as soon as he came up to me, he's like, "Oh, this fucking bird!" I'm like, "Oh, I got you too." So I did the exact same thing to him like a couple minutes later.
You're in goose territory. You're who is the predator and who is the prey?
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, so I always hear him out, yeah, because he was like Santosh, like he has like an Indian accent, and he's like, "Oh, this fucking bird."
I don't know why. There's like I don't know which movie it is, but there's this scene. It's this movie with John Malkovich in it where he's like talking, like basically. Well, I'm not gonna say who he was gonna target because we might get flagged in the like the AI from like a three alphabet agency, if you catch my meaning. But my favorite part is just hearing John Malkovich in that movie just say, "Why'd you shoot that bird, asshole?" Anyway, moving on. I'd rather not expand further on that scene. Anyway, yeah. So, what the hell happened now? Oh yeah. So Batman and Batgirl are getting out of the building, and Batgirl gets hit by some rubble as Batman takes her out of the towering inferno, and she wakes up in the Batcave, and Alfred's like tending her injuries, and he's like you know had like a nasty like bruising on her scalp, but like you're gonna be fine. And she's like yeah, you're on the bench, like you're grounded for the next little bit, like you're not going onto the field. And so Batman's about to go chase after, because he knows now, like, okay, I'm going to the Mephisto paint factory, or wherever the place that he saw in the matchbook. And Alfred's like, dressed in that? I don't know if you noticed, but nylon is kind of flammable. And he's like,
yeah, I think I have an upgrade for you.
yeah. And Batman just looks and off to the side, and he just has this like coy smile on his face. So after that, we cut to the paint factory where it's this building with a giant Satan mask on it. Like even for Gotham, this is a little outlandish, but yeah. So Garfield has Cassidy like tied up to the side of this like vat, and okay, so this might be the craziest I want to destroy Gotham plan I've heard yet on this show because he explains like while he was like working, he also came up with this gel that he made, and the gel is like flammable.
It was just like it'd be hilarious if this is where what's his face George R. R. Martin got the
Oh,
idea
wildfire!
for the dragon fire or whatever. He's like, oh, I need something for this one scene. And he just happens to be watching Batman just friggin' help with his writer's block. And he's like, I got it.
That's funny.
I'll just make it green and nobody will notice.
Yeah. Yeah, it essentially is like wildfire, actually. Yeah, because like Garfield does a demonstration of like to show how hot this thing is. He puts a sample of the gel, lights it on fire on a giant block of ice, and it like melts it within seconds.
Ice to see you.
Yeah, and so Garfield explains like he's gonna flood the entire sewer of Gotham with it, and then he's gonna set Gotham on fire and use it as a cover for him and Cassidy to escape and they can run away together. That's why you're gonna blow up Gotham?
Yes, and then she'll love me even more after I do this now.
Yeah, because why would someone go looking for a man who burned a city to the ground?
or not that. It's just the fact that she already doesn't fucking like you, dude. Like burning Gotham to the ground is not gonna make her like make her want you more.
There are problems stacked on problems stacked on problems of this plan. Like
yeah, yeah. It's not like she's like also like a pyro and you're like setting stuff on fire. It's not gonna like make her hot for you, dude.
actually,
No,
what if I
no,
told you that originally they were gonna have Cassidy become the next Firefly in this?
I guess like eventually, I guess yeah, because like with how it edited and stuff, I guess it could be like her like twisted Gotham way to freaking got over the like got over the fire, the being afraid of fire or whatever is to become fire, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just meant in the initial instance, she's just like a regular person, so she doesn't think fire's hot, you know. Okay, so it's like that's the way to get to her.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's reading signals that well. Yeah, so he's like, getting ready to like pump the stuff into the sewer, and all of a sudden his hand gets hit by a batarang, and he looks up. So this is Batman's fireproof suit. What'd you think of this?
Yeah, it kind of made me think of the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns, like
Yeah,
suit, almost, yeah, but because. Because I was thinking about that, and like that's like that kind of sort of suited. Like if it's metal and stuff, it seemed like metalish, so I didn't think I feel it would be. Yeah, it should have been more like firefightery than
oh yeah,
like a metal suit. Because I didn't think because for like I guess for a cartoon it kind of works, but the for like more practically think about it, that'll just fucking cook them.
yeah.
Unless it was like unless it was kind of like the Flash stuff, where it's like the space shuttle kind of materials where it's kind of used to defer the heat or whatever off you or whatever sort of thing. So So unless it's that, it didn't didn't seem like it would actually work.
Yeah, it's just like metallic black and gray kind of, like suit. It's like, yeah, kind of looks a little like the Mark One Iron Man suit,
Yeah,
but more professionally done.
yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, it's basically like takes on Garfield. So Garfield, among his like, many like technological advancements in this, Garfield has a lightsaber.
Yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. Or it seemed like the what's his faces from the like the sequel trilogy, where like the how they cross. It was
Yeah,
kind of
like Kylo Ren.
yeah, kind of red. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like this side two pieces, but just out the front. Yeah.
Yep.
But if you with that though, it would have like less weight than like a lightsaber would be. So you kind of I feel you kind of be like a Mando who'd actually like when you try and swing it, and you'd actually like burn it has swinger weird and like burn your leg instead.
Yeah. I love those bits. Yeah. Like even like one of my favorites is when uh the angry video game nerd and nostalgia critic had their fight and they like pulled out a lightsaber and he like turned it the wrong way. Like he's like, there's no this side up for a lightsaber. Yeah. And so
Oh yeah, or yeah, or like the thing where like Luke has it for the first time and he's like pointing it at his face.
what did do?
He's like, yeah, press the button.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a fight like as Cassidy's trying to like struggle free and all of a sudden the lightsaber goes into the gel, which just like starts to ignite like the rest of it, and so like the place has gone up in flames in like seconds.
Like yeah, like who could have foreseen this?
Yeah. So yeah, Batman he as like Garfield is like trying to like escape like the fire, Batman like rescues Cassidy and I don't remember how, but somehow like Firefly ended up in the face of like the devil head on top of the side of the building and it like kind of crashes on top of him as he's like screaming like no. I'm like, I don't know, this seems like you kind of did this yourself, dude. Like
Yeah.
and then he crashes and like he just kind of stumbles out awkwardly as like Batman gets Cassidy to safety. He's just like ah. Yeah, this closing scene is okay. So, like the manager is taking Cassidy to dinner after she's like kind of like had her chance to kind of take a breather, and he's just like, "Hey, this traumatic experience that you've just gone through? I was thinking we could market it."
Yeah, and then as they're doing that, like somebody has like a whatever food that they lay on fire at the table, so like
Flambe.
flambe, yeah, and then I kind of like, and she's like kind of like transfixed by it, but kind of scared. It kind of made me think of the end of Misery, where he's
Yeah,
like, where he's saved at the end. He thinks he sees Kathy Bates like delivering the food or whatever, and like he's like freaking out, but it's not actually her.
that's because it's Kathy Bates.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was good in that movie. Yeah.
I've just been afraid of Kathy Bates since about Schmidt. You
I don't think
don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Yeah, no, it's not the movie with Jack
Don't
Nicholson,
say
right?
it.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
yeah. So if just making sure it's I'm aware of that, yeah, but I haven't seen it, but so yeah, so what would you give this out of five fire sabers?
You know what? I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 fire sabers. I thought the animation was really good. I liked their rendition of Firefly, considering like they really kind of went like full tilt with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was a good kind of story setup for it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well because I think it was a decent intro episode to Firefly and stuff. Because I said aside from the couple Arkham games that he's been in and stuff, I haven't really had much of an introduction to him because I don't. And if he's shown up in anything that I've read, like it's probably just like it being in passing more than him being like the main character or anything. So there's a decent intro to him, I think, and stuff. So, and as he said, like because sometimes it's kind of hard to do like fire animation and stuff, and it was decent. So I think it gets 3 out of 5 fire sabers from me. But that is the episode for this week. Thanks for joining us in the back cave to talk about Batman and the animated series. And next week's episode is The Ultimate Thrill. And just with that, don't do drugs, kids. And you can follow us at Twitter/X at Beyond Badcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Badcast, and we are on YouTube now at youtube.com/ at Beyond the Badcast. You can check us out there, give us a rate, review, subscribe there, or wherever you find your podcasts at Beyond the Badcast. It would definitely help us out. And where can we find you on the internet, Brayden?
You can find me on my podcast, Fandom and Folklore, where we talk about fantasy movies and TV shows and the fandoms that follow them. And if you want to find out more about Beyond the Backcast, go to our Instagram, Beyond the Backcast, and click on our link tree, and you can find a link to our Discord, The Batcave.
Ooh, the back cave. And you can follow me on Instagram at Stone Chumpkin. That is my personal account there. And as I said, thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman, the animated series at Beyond the Backcast. Goodbye, good chums. Kapow.